community. What sort of feedback have you had from that community, the participants and the families, about the projects you've been running, Olivia?
So particularly our parachutes, our early years project, we had quite a few mums that had babies in lockdown. So they've expressed how important the sessions have been for the much needed structure and dedicating time to the older siblings so that they feel valued. And then the importance on their social and creative development as well. So a lot of the early years children have missed out on really crucial parts of their learning while we've been in lockdown, and with the playgroups not operating. So the schools went back, but the playgroups have been kind of postponed for the whole time we've been in the pandemic. So it's just the importance of that for their development, seeing their friends. Our Reach Out to Music participants as well said that even the sessions that they don't do any music, they might just brainstorm and talk about what's been happening in their week. They said that's done wonders for their mental health, and just feeling connected to people and being able to share how they're feeling has been like the overarching bit of feedback that we've had from participants.
Thank you, Olivia. Sal, is there anything you wanted to add in terms of some feedback from participants and their families?
It's felt quite visceral, I have to say. We've had people saying to us, this is a lifeline. Using language like that, this has been a lifeline. This feels so important. This is the only time that I engage. We had one mother who was trying to get her son online with us, who he'd been coming to the Hive, to the weekly Mike music sessions, and she'd been trying to get him online with us, and they didn't have internet access, and then they couldn't work it out. And then she had lots of sort of safeguarding issues at her end that she wanted to address, and she didn't know how to do it. And it took her a long, long time. And about, maybe it's like 5 or 6 weeks ago now, he arrived online in our session, and she was just so incredibly grateful. And so was he. He just jumped straight in there and started taking part, and was loved to see everyone again that he'd seen before and meet new friends. And it was just quite something. And to the degree, I suppose, that we had a bit of a lull, I think Olivia would agree, just before Christmas in numbers. I think people were getting very Zoom tired, and feeling very down about, impending further lockdown. And just, it was really, really starting to get people, and our numbers were starting to drop off, which was a bit worrying. And it happened right across the project. And then somehow or other, it just felt even more important. I know that personally, I came into the new year, just thinking we've absolutely got to run these workshops. We've got to have stuff by hook or by crook. We've got to be putting stuff on. We knew that other places were actually cancelling, or had already cancelled, stopped running, or suspended their delivery. And it just felt really, really important that we kept going. And in fact, our first art club after Christmas ran on the 6th of January. We weren't even open as a building. Hive wasn't open until the 7th, but we opened Art Club on the 6th. And we had take up. I think ordinarily you run something that early after Christmas, you have a smaller take up because people aren't quite ready to go back. But hey, they were with us and they're all back now. Like with the numbers have gone back up, and a building all the time, and it just feels so very important. Yeah. So just the other thing to add on that, Cerin, is that yes, participants and families, but also our artists. Actually, I've been getting a lot of comment, a lot of feedback from our artists about just how valuable this is for them. And we can talk pragmatically that that's valuable in terms of work and income. Well, it is. It's absolutely vital. But also for their well-being, they're feeling connected, they're feeling worthy. We've got something to contribute. We're still working, we're still doing something with people. We're getting something from it. We're getting a connection every week. And some of them have actually expressed that weekly series of workshops is just so important for their own well-being, which was a bonus, an absolute bonus I'd never even thought about.